My name's Andrew Long. I'm the head of Renal Technical Services and I work in Morriston Hospital. I've been working here for 34 years. The renal technical team look after the maintenance and servicing of all haemodialysis machines on the Morriston Hospital site and at patients' homes across our region, from Bridgend in the east to Pembroke in the west and Machynlleth in the north. From my perspective, I come from an engineering background. I love the engineering part of the job, but the bigger part of it is the people that I get to meet and work with, and ultimately, hopefully, we're helping people to receive their treatment, and whether it's in hospital or at home. We visit patients' homes at least twice a year to do the servicing on the dialysis machines and the water treatment systems. We will go out as required when people have problems with their dialysis machines, but from a technical perspective, yes, we do see a difference with the patients dialysing at home in that they have a lot more freedom. They seem to dialyse for longer hours, which is better for them. They have the ability to choose when they want to dialyse. They can come and go as they please a lot more. They're not governed by the hours of the hospital and ambulance transport for getting them here. To install a haemodialysis system in somebody's home, we have to go out and do a survey initially to make sure that the house is suitable, that there's adequate water pressure, water supply, good electrical systems and drainage, and then also space for the machine and the consumables. Once we're happy with that, we will come back and draw some plans. This will involve contractors, electricians, plumbers coming to the house to install water filtration and the electrical services required. So normally we will go out on a first visit and we can get a machine installed in the house within 8 to 10 weeks of that first visit.
Yeah, so I'm just off to Bridgend to meet a new patient to look at a property for a feasibility for home installation.
That's quite good because it's going to be next to the bathroom.
Next to the bathroom, yeah. It's not the biggest room in the world, but I'm sure we can get the machine in. So, okay, and then
electrical points wise.
Electrical points.
There's one down here, and I think there's one over there as well.
Okay.
Yeah, so we've got a couple of options.
Yeah. So let's make an assumption that your machine's going to go in that corner there. So normally with the flooring side of things, we normally put about 2 meters squared of flooring in, but it's the room is quite small anyway, so we could probably do a total coverage for the whole room. But if you'd really like to keep some of the carpet already here, we can do that. But again, we can discuss that a little bit later on. But certainly from a feasibility point of view, then the installation's a goer, which is good news. Have you thought about storage for all the supplies? You know, it's quite a lot of supplies. You've seen the certain amount of supplies that come into the dialysis unit for treatment. Have you got a room in mind upstairs?
Yeah, I think there's a storage cupboard just outside.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
I'm just checking that out to see if I can see what. Okay, Si.
Yeah.
We've got a little bit of problem here.
Okay.
It's very, very low.
Right.
But there might be a restriction on this, I suppose.
Okay. Yeah, we've got a nice isolated valve down there.
Isolated valve. It looks like it's almost off, actually.
Yeah, it's.
I'll just check it in the main bathroom.
So,
actually, it looks like it's absolutely fine.
Yeah.
There's a really good flow there.
That's good.
So it probably is down to that isolation valve.
So we need about 12 litres a minute as a minimum.
Yeah, we've got that.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, fantastic.
But it all seems good. Definitely feasible. It's good that the bedroom's right next to where we're going to put the waste and get the water, so ideal in that respect.
Okay, so we can go downstairs and have a bit of a chat about the installation and the timing of things, if that's okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yes, overall we're happy with the feasibility of the installation, and we look forward to coming back and getting the installation put in. Everything okay with the installation from your point of view, Andy?
Yeah. The room, although it wasn't the biggest, it's in a good position next to the toilet for the waste and the water. Yeah, no problems with that. A couple of electrical points in there.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. So hopefully the electrics are all right for the contractor. Can't see any problems really.
No. So the only additional one is the waste connection, which may involve a little bit more work, but otherwise it's a reasonably standard installation.
When a patient first goes home on hemodialysis, it can often be a bit of a shock to their system. They've seen the machine in the hospital, but they haven't seen the water treatment unit, they haven't seen the filtration, they haven't seen the stores. They possibly haven't always understood fully what's involved in home dialysis, but they soon get used to that and they soon get familiar with it, and it becomes part of their life, and they get very happy with dialysis at home. And you will often find that people on home dialysis are reluctant to come back into the hospital. Once they're set up at home, they know what they're doing, they're in control of their own treatment, their own therapy, they're a lot happier and they seem a lot better for it. If I needed dialysis treatment myself, home dialysis would be the option. It would give me the freedom, the independence. I would receive more dialysis because I'd be able to do more hours on home dialysis, and I would be weller as a result of this. So this is a typical installation that you'd have in your home. You'd have a dialysis machine, a reverse osmosis machine to purify the water, a water filtration board to take the chlorine and the particles out of the tap water. You'll have a leak sensor on the floor there, so if there's any leakage, that'll turn the water supply off. You'll have your scales, dialysis chair or your own bed, overbed table for your consumables. The role of the technical team with hemodialysis is to keep the machines functioning, working, make life as easy as possible for the patients on home dialysis. They're on dialysis, they have a lot to worry about. If we can make the machines as simple and as easy to use as possible, I would see that as our role. I think for somebody just starting out and wanting to look in towards home dialysis, find out as much as you can, speak to the staff, try to speak to patients who are currently on home dialysis and look at the benefits. A good option for a lot of patients.